Toshi. Hello, my name is Gordon Fisher. This is a primer for Jodo, the way of the stick. My son Charlie mentioned to me a while ago that this would be a great weapon of defense for the Boy Scouts. It's about the height of a hiking stick, 50 inches long, 3/4 to an inch in diameter, depending on the make. And it was developed 600 years ago at the beginning of the Tokugawa period. Later on, at the end of the samurai period, the Tokyo police adopted it to protect against rogue samurai. Now, the martial arts are military arts, and they're made specifically for the protection of others. Today, they're tournaments and basically, much more of a gymnastic type of thing and try to shock people. But if you look at the way the military works, the way the police department works, their weapons are used for the protection of the public. And basically that's what this was. The samurai carried a weapon that was basically a 2.5-foot straight razor. And they could use it in an instant against a person. They could just step, draw, and cut, and then spin the blood off and place it back in the scabbard and go on their merry way. Now, to be able to protect yourself from something of this sort, you had to do a lot of training. So this is a primer. The basic hold of Joe is in the center so that you would carry it with the point out so that you could use it to either thrust with or strike with. Is a hikiotoshi, or a side stance, so that you could offer a smaller profile against an attacker, and this would just be able to come over and strike. And there's also kuritsuke, like when the samurai holds a sword. We use a wooden one in Jodo, because we have to have an attacker in order to defend. The samurai would hold the sword, just a 10-inch handle that they had, and he would be able to manipulate it simply by pulling and pushing with the hands. He'd also smother and attack with it. Now, the thing about kuritsuke, when the samurai threw the sword at you, you could catch between the hands and lift and trap the sword against his body. Kuritsuke means sword trap. So there are quite a few different techniques. There are 12 basic techniques, and then there are 12 kata. The one that I did at the beginning here is Tachiotoshi, and it's basically to throw and strike away the sword. A kata is filled with techniques, and they can be used separately or in a pattern. And that's basically what kata means, a pattern of techniques. So when you hold the jo like this, in order to use it against someone, you would take and pull it back and turn the hand out. So you're pulling back with your fingers and then lifting and coming forward and striking with the other end. Again, you use your fingers to draw the jo back, turn the hand out. This way here, the jo is still pointing at your opponent, so that if he makes a move towards you, you could just push this back at him and strike him in the face. So it's a very beautiful weapon, and its beauty is in its simplicity. So we start with, this is the basics holding of the sword. Hikioto, it's basically honte no kamae, or honte, and the strike is honte uchi. So you would pull this back and lift and strike. Now another way to strike is gyakute, and there you would put the hand on the same side of the jo. And here you wouldn't have to change. You would just draw back, lift, and strike. You have to keep the wrist straight with the forearm. If you bend it, you run the chance of spraining the wrist once you strike something. This is Hikiotoshi no kamae. You're giving a profile, smaller profile to your attacker. But again, you're lifting the jo and coming forward and striking. And then pulling it back and pulling it down and turning the hand up. And then again, you would lift behind and come forward and strike with the jo. Okay, that's about the time that I have on this. I get into much more detail in a future video. Thank you.